from the audio, the video feed. I used to want to edit and put everything together myself. It's just so much. It's not an easy
Totally
task.
understand it. You got a
How,
full-time job.
how to exactly
Your
exactly.
father.
How do you juggle all of that? And
you pay
it's
someone.
these are all like I can understand why an audio engineer is a job itself. That's a job
Pay
itself.
them.
That's 8-hour job. Video feeds 8-hour job.
And think
Editing
about
all
the
this.
pressure of that. One microphone that's not on, buddy, you're gone.
Oh yeah, yeah,
You got
yeah.
one shot.
You're done.
You're done. You're that guy that messed up Eminem's mic.
That's crazy to even to
Good luck
during
in Jiffy
the
Lube,
yeah. Never again.
Never again.
Welcome to MEXed Feelings, everyone, where raw conversations meet real world insights. Whether you're tuning in for thought provoking discussions, untold stories, or a fresh perspective, we're all about breaking the surface and diving deep. No fluff, no script, just honest, unfiltered dialogue on things that matter most. You are about to receive mixed feelings. Welcome, everyone. We have a great show for you today. It's been posted. Men cry too. We as men have a heart. We have feelings. We're human. So this is not another self help show. This is for the men who feel like they're drowning in pressure, but smile through it. This is for the sons, the fathers, the brothers, and friends who've learned to keep it all in. Men die by suicide nearly 4 times as many as women, yet they are far less likely to seek help, seek a therapist, or even talk about how they're really feeling. Why? Because from a young age, boys are taught one thing: don't cry, don't complain, and be strong. We're handed this silent rule book of masculinity, told to be toughen up, be the protector, and above all, don't show weakness. But here's the truth: silence is not strength, it's isolation, it's pressure, it's breaking quietly until something happens, something snaps. I want to welcome my brothers today, friends of the show, new to the show. I appreciate you guys coming out, taking the time. Your Saturday nights. For everyone that's watching, this is probably Sunday, but Saturday night we're building this show, and they chose to spend their Saturday night with me. I want to introduce, a new friend of mine. Actually, we've been friends for 30 minutes now, an hour. So I just met this man for the first time. He's been one of my Facebook friends for for a while now. You've been friends with my wife for a very long time.
12 years old.
And that's Chris Pierce.
Yeah,
What's going on, brother? How you doing? Also here, one of my brothers from a very long time. We grew up together, went to school. We used to hoop together every summer. Travel across all the metro centers and hoop. And that's my brother. And that's Az Maurice. How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm doing good. Let's get it.
So, Az, you reached out to me. I don't know. Did you happen to watch a show or something and you messaged me on Facebook?
I watched when it was you and Kimante.
So. Okay. All right. Yeah. That was a good show. I had a lot of feedback. That was one of the earlier shows.
I think that was. I think that was after Tiandre, or was Tiandre with him?
No, I don't think this was after this. I think this was after. Yeah. So I'm curious. You reached out to me on Facebook and you proposed something, and I wanted to do it. What did you propose, and what led you to wanting to do that?
I seen the type of crowd you had, and I felt like mental health. A lot of people don't talk about it.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't care to talk about.
Mm-hmm. It's tough. So the title of the show is Men Cry Too. And AZ reached out to me and it struck a nerve. You know, I'm always about the well being of people, you know, man, woman, children. But this show is specifically designed for men crying too. And I don't mean that in a sense of actually shedding tears. I can't remember the last time I actually shed a tear.
I
But
want to sometimes.
yeah,
You
yeah,
hear
yeah,
the
yeah,
songs, I
yeah.
mean, there's probably moments of like forced tears of like, damn, my body made me
Mm-hmm.
cry in the moment, but it was never like the response to like sadness. I would say I don't think there's many times I've been like
Boo-hooing. Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah,
just
yeah.
solve it. Like what's I'm sorry to keep snapping.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like solve it fast.
Mhm.
We ain't got time for to feel
Mhm.
right now. So I feel you on that.
That's great. That's interesting. So Chris, what exactly led? You know, something spoke out to me. I'm a spiritual person. Not in a sense of any one particular reason, but I don't collect rocks or gemstones, or
But if
I'm
you
not.
did,
Yeah, exactly.
Be fine. Be fine.
But I feel, in my opinion, there is a higher power. There's something out there, and I'm not gonna say I have an anointing, but I feel I can relate,
You can say
and
that.
that's a good way to put it. But I feel like I can relate to people, and I can understand, and that's what this show's about.
I think there's something about I don't know if there's like a look or an aura, but
Mhm.
there's something about healed people that you can see.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
think I don't know if it's like, man, we all live the same lives
yeah, yeah.
and survive the same stuff,
Mhm.
but I think somehow life at any moment, any age can pull people together. It's like, all right, well, if you lost all these people,
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
here you go. Try these.
Yeah, I agree with that. Me and my friends, we be talking about blueprints,
Mhm.
and my go-to is every person you talk to, every person you meet can be a blueprint.
Okay.
I love
Because at
that.
the end of the day, you don't know what that person is capable in the sense of helping you
Yeah, yeah.
by a 30-minute talk or a 10-minute talk.
Mhm.
In that moment, what he said probably can change your whole life.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Turn your bad day into a good day.
Uh huh. Yeah.
Be the
But
connection.
yeah, a lot of people ain't open-minded.
No, no,
A
no.
lot of people don't want to understand or even meet new people.
Mhm.
It's
At
hard
all.
to meet new people if that's a bad it's the bad thing about healing
Mhm.
is in order to meet new people, you have to understand that the surrounding environment that you're in enables and feeds into that style of life and choices and patterns that unfortunately you might have to bury a lot of people that are still alive.
Yeah,
You're gonna
yeah,
have to mourn
yeah.
living people. And that's like, okay, how if my mom is the reason for this, am I ready to bury her at 23 years
Yeah.
old?
Mhm.
That's what it takes sometimes.
And that's hard.
Yeah.
That's the hardest thing you
Yeah.
can do.
And a lot of people don't. What you just said, you said something right there.
Hey, come on, I gotta chill, bro. I mean, we here to talk.
And a lot of people don't understand that because I I take my situation. Um, I take my brother situation when he passed.
Mhm.
From what he said, I don't think I'm getting better at all
Okay. From his passing.
from his past because I haven't buried
Mhm.
that situation
Mhm.
in a proper way.
Yeah.
Um, I went to my family, but what they told me was I don't have time to grieve, none of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I had a daughter on the way.
Yeah.
So I had to be the man of the house. So now it's like two of me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like I'm when it come down to it, I can be super evil,
Mhm.
then I can be not evil,
Yeah.
like a good Christian.
Mhm.
Like the thoughts that I be having when I get in that mode of being evil, It's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's an issue in itself, right? I mean, your family telling you to man up, toughen up, you know what I mean? Why can't we what makes us separate from anyone else? Why can we not grieve properly? Why are we told to all right, why are we programmed how I should say that we need to be the one in control? Why can't we hurt?
I think our minds inherently, like intrinsically, are like logical.
Mhm.
So it's hard just initially to distinct any emotion aside. First,
Mm.
it's like, all right, processing, next step, next step, next step. And I think everyone's personal journey, you would have to hear more stories to
Yeah.
understand that.
Mhm.
Because I think it is a product of what you went
Yeah.
through, maybe with your brother, my
Mhm.
life. My mom was a single mom, like unfortunately on drugs at an early age with no dad.
Yeah.
Me sharing my issues with her felt like a burden.
Mhm.
And then it wasn't time to do that. Or it felt unfair,
Mhm.
especially like feeling like a kid that I knew like babies smile at me.
Yeah.
And like dogs
Yeah.
wag their tails and like people like me. I was like, I felt like love,
Mhm.
and just you don't have the time to really do anything but solve
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
any like who's gonna listen,
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
you
Exactly.
know, without it being a burden.
That's an issue within itself. That's why we're here. We go through the same amount of pain, but we are told to, take control, like you said. You shared a little story before, and tried to stop you. You don't have to share if you don't want to.
Oh, bro, I'm open book. Listen, I'll tell it all.
But this is part of it. This is
Yeah.
not just telling people that, hey, you should go seek therapy. This is therapy for us right now, right? So open up. I mean, feel free to tell your testimony.
I mean, as far as me in my life, my mom had a mom that was very vicious.
Mhm.
My mom is from South Nashville. She is with the shit. When you
Mhm.
think of the baddest bitch, there's people like my mom. I remember pulling stilettos out of strippers' mouths
Mm.
after
Wow.
she's kicked them.
Mm.
And unfortunately, around 8 to 9, pharmaceutical industry, when they were prescribing OxyContin, she had a back injury, hooked from there, and became violent. So she battled addiction for a while. I went to 24 elementaries before I like finally went to middle school,
Mm.
and that's where all my friends exist from. So dad left like 5, and he was in and out, but I spent a lot of nights protecting my sisters with the doors locked
Mhm.
from people at the house.
Yeah. Yeah.
I entered a phase where you're talking about blueprints for people.
Mhm.
At 15 years old, my mom put a gun to my head, pulled the trigger. It jammed. I woke up fully a man, fully conscious of
Mm.
life. And I understood at that moment that the only thing that could save me was my connections to other people. And I've heard a lot of people along the way, don't get me wrong. And sometimes a part of me don't want to apologize because I was really surviving like hell on earth.
Mhm.
But I can understand as a man now, like, hey, that's on me. I forgave myself. I
Yeah.
really don't care if you forgive me. I do a little. But I started staying with friends in high school, man, like wearing their clothes, like their moms feeding me up until DHS and they raided my house. Like
Mhm.
I had to live with my grandma, ran away, and I was sleeping outside of school for 6 months. My senior year, Kevin Dyson, who played for the Titans, uh, he came in the auditorium of high school and he said, "Whoever gets the highest ACT score, practice score, I got money." Which I don't know if that was legal back then. But shout out Coach Dyson. That's my homie to this day.
That's Dr. Dyson
Yeah,
now.
Doc, hey, put your name on
Yeah.
it, doctor. Yeah. And he took care of me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I met a friend, Austin. He was a lifeguard, and he was like, "Do you want to come over on the weekend?" And I was like, "Yeah." I stayed at their house for 2 years.
Mm.
And they took me in, man.
Mm.
That was the first picture of love I had at 17,
Yeah.
bro. And then I went to a Christian school, got married early. I just walked down 10 years.
Mhm.
You want to talk about healing and making decisions for your mental health.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna get into all that.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
nobody.
absolutely.
I made the decisions in life from having nothing to get to this point. It's all because I had a son. It's all because I had a purpose there's not a thought in my head now. It's like not being better so I can be an example for him, and it's permeated my life. And it's when they say kids save you, bro.
Yeah.
When that man looked at me and said, Dad, I wish I was strong like you so I could stand up for myself.
Mm.
And I had to realize no one, I'm gonna be honest, like after having a mom like I have, there's not a man on earth, and I'm not no tough guy that puts fear in my heart.
Yeah, yeah.
I ain't been scared to die for a long time. And I don't want to, but
Yeah.
to say like when he said that, I realized like, I'm kind of a bitch because I ain't killed everything yet.
Mm.
And I crashed out, not in a bad way. I've been without family for 8 years. Like grandma, it's been me.
It's understandable. Yeah.
If I got to make a phone call for help, it's AAA.
Oh yeah, yeah,
It ain't
yeah.
mom and dad.
No.
And they're alive, bro.
Yeah.
And for my son, I'd do it tomorrow too.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
my journey of like to like here into where I understand now that I can speak life into people and help heal them. But I also understand now not everybody comes to the table to eat.
Yeah.
And I've had to make okay with still speaking and living and hoping and watching some people not pick up silverware. So
yeah, yeah. You said something that spoke to me, and I feel the exact same way. You said at a young age you remember protecting your sister, your sister older than you, younger than you.
So you want to hear a crazy story?
Go ahead, shoot
That
for
night
it.
when DHS came in
Mhm.
and the police came in, I was sleeping outside of my sister's door. I had an older sister, she's about a year older than a younger sister than me, about a year. And they came in and I didn't understand what I was doing, like why I was doing that.
Mhm.
3 years later, I go to Ecuador. They invite me to speak at a women's prison. And I'm going in there. I'm like, all right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Man, I walk in there like, what are these women about to hear from me? Dude, it was all teenage girls.
Uh-huh.
All teenage girls that have been sold into sex slavery
Mm.
and turned to prostitution. They had their kids in there, bro.
Mm.
And I gave my story like it is now. And I realized they never had somebody sleep outside their door.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I took
yeah.
how we sat out there, it shaped me, bro. I'm gonna protect her from that from day one.
Yeah. And what's instilled in us as at that young age? How the hell do we know? This is what I should do. You know what I mean? How old were you when this took place?
As far as Ecuador, I was
No, the when you were sleeping out, blocking your sister's
12,
door, basically. 12.
11. Yeah, man. I was back. A lot of these people from Woodbine, their moms.
Mhm.
I was bagging up their Xanax.
Oh man,
and they were walking in. I'll tell you, connection off air. And I mean, shout out to my mom. Like you want to talk about like I said, bad bitch.
Yeah.
She sent me with her food stamps in middle school, and I was selling to the teachers 75 cents on the dollar.
Mm.
She did what, bro. I've been it's in my blood. I'm at the end of the day, my life's getting paid because that woman taught me how to get some money.
Yeah, yeah.
Shout out to her.
Yeah.
But yeah, 12 years old.
Yeah.
And they were vicious fights and a lot of abuse.
Yeah.
Like I don't mean to air out because she is 2 years like sober and recovered, got her own place. She's a miracle, bro, and I love her. But man, she owns her stories and a lot of violence, a lot of situations taking the abuse and the punches and the drugs combined.
Yeah.
So my sisters didn't have to get hit
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. And yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough situation for any kid to be in. Sad situation. Az, you're a foreign national, right? Where was your dad? I remember going.
He was.
Was he hate? Well, I went hate. Sudan.
Mhm.
So
Ethiopia.
Ethiopia. Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
but you're not. What? So you consider yourself Ethiopian?
What are
Ethiopia.
you? Come on, claim something.
Okay. So
Crazy part about that is I didn't know I was full Ethiopian till the age of 30.
Really?
What do you do, DNA ancestry thing?
Nah, I was asking questions just because my wife, she wanted to go overseas, and I couldn't get a passport.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was trying to figure out why I couldn't get a passport. So I talked to my dad. Then that's when he told me.
Yeah, all right, cool.
Well, I didn't.
But you're still a citizen. I mean, you were born here,
now-
right? So what?
Nah, I wasn't.
Oh, you weren't born here. I
Mm-mm.
thought you were born here this whole
Where
time.
did you think you were born? And what did you think you were before 30 years old? What were you telling people you were?
Here, no lie, high school, middle school, everything here.
But what did you say? You're like,
When they asked me, yeah, I'm from Nashville.
oh,
Well, you're just like, I'm African American. Like, what would you
Yeah.
put? African American? Okay.
Now
now.
I'm not even. Well, I'm African American, but I don't even consider myself black. I consider myself African because the way I look at it is American black and African black is two different blacks.
Okay.
Because what we think and what they think is two completely different.
Yeah, absolutely. But you're Americanized now at this point, right? So
I
yeah.
still think
I still get on PS5.
I do, but like the way I carry myself and all that, I think African.
Okay.
Then I do black. Like, prime example, I don't believe mamas should be twerking on the internet.
I don't think that's I can't. I don't think that's I think that's a man's point of view.
No,
you know what I mean? That's not a. That's not a.
I think it's American. Because
it could be. You know. I think not. I don't think it's. I guess culturally will be the same thing. I would assume.
I mean, honestly, do they have iPhones like that? Because they might be twerking.
I would say this. What I learned for the past years, what I learned, African and foreign people across the country do it. They do twerk, but they look at it as a different thing. They look at it more cultural than anything. Yeah. But here, they sexualize it.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, yeah.
So it's two different.
I did a wedding for a guy from Africa. I was a DJ at it actually, and the right side of it was a little twerking on it, and then the left side, when the groom came out, they used it as an opportunity of all dancing around, showering with money. I can see. I figure what you put down.
Yeah, it means two different things.
Okay. Yeah. So before we move on though, like, so do you? I used to raid my house if you don't have a green card. I mean, you got a green card? You don't. I didn't mean to say that on air. Then
no, I don't.
So how does that process work? Like,
I'm U.S. citizen, so
okay,
yeah, I don't need no green card.
So it's basically all right. So when you say you're a U.S. citizen, right? You can get your high school diploma and then get your GED. It's the same thing, but is it different?
One's like the doctorate in jail.
It is. It's different because.
So I'm a U.S. citizen. I know I'm a U.S. citizen, but do we share this? There's nothing different from what you have.
What can he do that you can't? Or vice versa?
Yeah, basically.
You straight. You good?
Yeah, I can do the same thing.
Okay, but so you have a birth certificate from here?
No.
Okay, all right. So that's I was just curious about the differences and what that meant.
The only difference is where I'm born from. That's it.
So you can be born here. You're a national. You're a citizen, right?
Yeah.
Then you can get a green card.
No.
But you can not you. I'm just saying in general.
With a green card,
the hierarchy of
with a green card, we still different.
But
with a citizenship, we the same. So
okay, that's what I was trying to understand. Okay,
I can
all right.
Whatever you want to do.
I didn't know if, but anybody can get. So if somebody wanted with the green card, they could request U.S. citizenship.
I think you go through, and I could be wrong, but naturalization. So it's a 7-year process.
Oh, okay.
To do that.
Okay.
Like my barber, he's walked down 7 years. It's a little money, but it's a tedious process.
Okay.
And then you can get where you can vote, blah blah blah, everything.
Yeah.
Birthright citizenship. I think they'll come in to start it from like slavery, where the kids they had their kids.
Okay,
in
yeah,
America.
yeah,
They gave
yeah.
them first citizen rights.
Okay.
as
Yeah.
Americans,
Okay. All right.
allegedly. I don't quote me on all this.
So with you spoke of your father being Ethiopian, and you've been on both sides of the fence. So you've seen, because it's a culture shock from being at your home growing up at your dad's house, right, versus going to your friend's house next door, and you probably would see two different lives or two different. How
Mine,
was
he was straight.
men's mental health talked about as far as an Ethiopian?
It wasn't
Yeah.
Is it
at
still
all.
the same?
They
So
don't.
it's
Yes, exact
Y'all don't
same
say a word,
because
huh?
yeah, it's never been talked about.
Could you ask about like anything? Could you ask him about like his feelings, or man, how'd that
No.
make you feel, or tell him about yours?
Nah.
Was there even a sense of approachability about that?
To be honest, the sad part about it to this day, we probably only talked about our feelings when my brother passed.
Mm.
Right after that, we don't even talk about our feelings. I know he said he don't know the last time he cried. I literally, because I drive trucks.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm driving, I drive from Smyrna back to Memphis back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
I say probably 3 times a month I cry.
Yeah.
Not because of like basic things, but some real things.
Yeah. Just what's on your mind? What's heavy on your
Like,
mind?
I would say one of the reasons would be my brother and my mama.
Mm-hmm.
My mama passed when I was barely 2 years old. And then my brother passed when he was 35.
Mm.
Last time I cried was on my birthday because I was 35.
Mm.
And that's when my brother passed.
Yeah.
So now on my head, I'm thinking, okay, he passed when he was 35 and I passed. No, I'm 35.
Mm-hmm.
And mine gonna pass away 35.
Yeah. Yeah.
So from there, crazy. So I started crying Monday. It was that next Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Same week. Yeah, that Monday. I think that was like the 30th.
Yeah.
Or something. I cried just because I thought I was gonna die
On your birthday.
on my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Because he turned 35 and he wasn't even 35 for that long.
Yeah.
His birthday was November the 3rd.
Yeah.
And he passed December. So I was thinking, the clock ticking before I passed.
Yeah. It's a scary. I mean, it's a scary thought because you don't. I mean, we don't know. I mean, all the religions in the world, and do we honestly know? And I don't want not to get too religious on this show, right? But it's always a question. You always question that.
Death has a way of putting stuff in perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Usually with time and reflection of what in my 35 years, what am I, if I left, what would they know? What would they think?
Yeah.
What could I have said? So honestly, it's a very tough situation, but what a springboard for like vulnerability
Mm-hmm.
and strength, and like, dude, you process something like that and move through it. What's broken down a car on the road?
Yeah,
buddy, life breeze like
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that, and it's unfortunate that life does sends us lessons we got to learn through it. As much as we prepare not to, it shows up sometimes.
Yeah.
Those times you cried, I noticed a trend. You mentioned that you were in your truck, you're by yourself, and we had spoke outside about therapy. What's therapeutic for us? Mine was fishing. Yours was you was talking about cutting the grass, golfing. Those times and these times, right? Even though you're golfing, you're still in your own mind, right? You're still by yourself. You're still thinking. I'm not out there when I go fishing. I'm not out there just to catch fish. I'm out there just to enjoy. Enjoy the peace. Think my own thoughts. What am I thinking? Why am I thinking this? And I feel that's when you've you felt your most weakest. You know, you were by yourself in that truck for that long, however long trip that was that
About
time.
4 hours.
That's what I'm saying. And so you have all but time to all the time to just think, just sit back and just reflect.
Yeah.
And that's when it hits you. That's when the all the bricks hit you at once, you know. And I don't fault you for that, you know. It's looked down to towards men in society, crying, you know, showing weakness. It's frowned upon, and it's a sad thing. Like I said, I've said it before. We're human. We cry too.
Yeah, I think it's I I think the number one reason it's frowned upon is women.
Yeah.
I say that because I don't know. I know I've been through it. So my wife, she asked me to open up. So now I gotta get in my emotions.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So when I do open up and I say some real stuff,
Yeah.
you know, it's like okay. In her head, it's like okay, he trying to make me feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
But other than trying to understand where I'm coming from, you know. So now what she want to do is turn it around on me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now it's like, okay, I can't talk to her.
Yeah.
So now let me just ball everything up.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I could understand that. I could totally understand that. I also, you know, in the heat of the moment, you know, when I had my disagreements with my wife, when you guys had your disagreements with your wives, significant others, you know, we're always right at that time. But, you know, most of the time is best when, you know, she's telling you to open up. Maybe at that point in time, it's not the best time to open up. You know what I mean? Try to, you know, clear your thoughts and, you know, walk away, you know, because it can get emotional quick. I mean, so I feel the best, especially when with me and my wife, you know, we're in a heated debate, heat of an argument, you know, let's just go two different ways, right, for right now. Because we're gonna say stuff. We're in the heat of the battle, you know, heat of the moment, and anything can be said, anything can be done. And I'm right, she's right. That's two, you know, two brick walls trying to hit each other. And the best situation for those, you know, just prep the talk.
See, I look at it like this: if you come to me and ask me to open up,
Mhm.
what you telling me is I'm here to listen
Okay, yeah,
and
that's
understand.
yeah.
So
I can
now
feel it.
everything that come out of my mouth, you shouldn't take personal.
Okay,
You know, you should listen to what I got to
yeah,
say and
mhm.
understand where I'm coming from.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
You know, now after you understand and all that, now you can take it personal because
Mhm.
you truly understand. You're not listening to reply and then understand.
Mhm.
Because when people listen to reply then understand, you gotta repeat what you're saying about a million times.
Yeah, yeah,
But if you actually truly trying to understand, you're gonna hear where the person coming from.
mhm.
But if you're not trying to understand, don't ask me to open up to you. Because we just gonna fight. We're gonna argue.
Yeah,
Now it's gonna turn to an
yeah,
argument,
yeah.
to a debate.
Mhm.
Now we gotta go our separate ways.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, emotions involved too. Like the message,
Yeah.
the message doesn't matter as much as like say the tone or the looks. Like
Mhm.
usually when it's like open up, it's like, hey, it's like a kid crying.
Yeah.
It's like they're trying to say something, but they don't have the words. All they know is they feel a disconnect. So open up
Mhm.
means like, hey, vulnerability. All I want to see is
Yeah.
more vulnerability because the root of every relationship is how vulnerable you can get. Because the more vulnerable you are, the more trustworthy
Yeah,
you
yeah.
are, the more
Yeah.
open you are. Like if you can be a mirror of vulnerability, one of the superpowers I've created in my life, I will tell you, I don't have a problem like be like, hey, bro, that kind of hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
I not in the tone or the anger or anything, like calmly as a man.
Yeah, yeah,
And I have
yeah.
no fear. And you can be vulnerable like that. Every relationship turns into we'll find a solution.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just a conversation.
Yeah.
We just talk about it.
Mhm.
Maybe not right now. Let me
Yeah.
chill. But you know, if you want to find a solution, you can.
Yeah, I'll say this too. a lot of people don't know who they have in front of them. In a sense, I just use me for example. Sometimes my wife don't know I'm her husband.
Mm-hmm.
She think I'm somebody from the street. So now she want to get defensive.
Yeah.
Other than understanding,
Hey, dog, you better be in trouble when you go.
It's-
Hey,
Yeah.
dog, this air tomorrow.
Mrs. Maurice.
You gonna cry tomorrow.
and not understand that I'm her husband.
Yeah, yeah.
Talking to it. Nobody from the street or anything like that. I'm her husband
Mm-hmm.
trying to get through her and talk to her.
Yeah, yeah.
I think a lot of women think for that point, for
Yeah.
that time, 10 seconds or whatever, think it's somebody from the street talking to them.
Well, that's how they learn to speak to defend themselves.
Yeah.
Maybe their mom was aggressive and
Mm-hmm.
they talk like that. And same way discipline kids. Some parents go straight to yelling. That's just
Yeah,
the tone
yeah,
in which you
exactly.
learn how to heal stuff. I listen. A lot of people, what they do, bro, it's not malice towards you. It's
Mhm.
just an inner reflection. Of like what their
Exactly,
face is.
exactly.
I get
Yeah.
that. I get that.
Uh-huh.
But it's not
So-
towards me. But at that moment, I feel
Yeah.
like it's
Absolutely,
towards me.
absolutely,
Yeah, but being
absolutely,
responsible for your feelings.
absolutely. And that's when you have to look at self, right?
Yeah.
How do you attract How do you attract bees? With honey. So
But I'm not even
when
putting no honey out there.
but that's where Chris is getting at, to understand, and to reflect, like, why is she coming? You open up, why is she coming at you like this? Like, I think there's patience involved that needs to be involved. And
It's not even patience. I think it go back to like what he said. I think they being taught like that.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely, yeah. We all have. We've all been programmed a certain way.
Learned behavior.
Yeah, we're all in this. Yeah,
The
exactly.
thing about healing and crying is you realize you got to unlearn everything you've ever known.
Absolutely.
Like, you don't heal because you're so used. You know how to operate in the chaos.
Uh-huh.
Being evil, being mean. I know that like the back of my hand.
Mhm.
How do I operate this in a way where I can communicate this nicely? I don't have to insult you to dilute my message.
Yeah, yeah,
And that's if you treat everyone like that. If you can start leading into that with the woman of the home, that's what transpires to every relationship.
Yeah, yeah.
So let me ask y'all this.
Yeah, but
it's not validating your feelings. Your feelings are valid,
for sure.
True.
but once you're on that healing journey, right, you have to be patient, because that was you at some point in time, right? That was you, and you could be in that position to where you think like this.
I don't know.
I can't say. I just divorced a woman over 10 years.
No.
I may not be the right.
The way I grew up, I would say I was in that position because I always been taught I had to be better. I had to be smarter. I had to control my emotions. That's why I know you said with you and your wife when y'all get in an argument or something.
You trying to drag this man
down. Don't put me in your shit.
I'm speaking in general. Like everything I've been saying, I was just speaking in general. I don't believe you should split ways.
No, absolutely, 100%. Yeah,
I believe
work through it.
You should.
Why not?
Talk
why do you think why?
Why I don't believe you should split ways.
What made you believe that?
You believe it for a certain reason.
Okay,
no, I believe it because of this point, like he said, the understanding point. Because if you keep splitting ways, now what you saying is I'm gonna wait till that person get better to talk to them.
Yeah,
no, I mean,
so now when something hit the fan, you ain't gonna know how to react. So now you're gonna be defensive.
You saying in the moment of like an argument, like you're not split? Are you saying like divorce?
Not argument, just an argument.
I mean,
Because you truly not understanding that person.
Yeah,
Because
it's the heat of the battle. It's the heat of the battle. It's always the heat of the battle.
Walking away.
Yeah. But I think it's best. It should at that point in time. Like I don't think, like, if we start arguing, right, no matter how healed you are, if chaos comes and you're in the middle of chaos, you can't click. You can't just like, okay, let me I'm screaming right now. I need to stop. I think the best is to walk away,
So
to reflect.
You know how I fixed it? You know how I
Divorce?
conquered it? I know, if you ask anybody, they probably haven't seen me mad in a lifetime.
Mhm.
I ask questions.
boom.
Okay.
Listen, I
So
learned
why
psychology
people ain't asking the proper questions then?
because you don't want the answer. Because all healing is how much truth you can accept about yourself without running away.
True.
That's a
And
beautiful
are
way to
you
put
ready
it.
in the
Mhm.
moment? Maybe y'all both saying honest stuff. And I didn't know this was going to turn to marriage counseling, but you might be saying truth and she might be saying truth, but it might be the wrong moment to hear it because maybe y'all postured up the next day where, man, you took her out to dinner and was like, hey, I've been struggling with this and feeling like this. That's probably a better scenario. But you as the man, you lead into that.
Yeah.
But how are you truly healing?
Maybe not. Like I said, I truly am. I can speak from both sides. I had the 10-year thing where I chose every day. My depiction of love and thing I had process of healing is I thought at the end of the day, as long as you came back together, kind of thing. And then I had a kid, and then I had to really factor in like healing from the past and knowing that you have to die stuff off and then heal from that. I had to make the decision, be in the worst spot of not seeing my son as much as I wanted to. But hey, man, when you got to dead some stuff off.
Yeah.
Now-
Your happiness, I mean, has to matter at some point. Men's mental happiness.
It do because it ties into mental health.
Yeah.
I believe for you to get over your mental health, you need to stop running from
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Happen. Now, when I say when you break off and go y'all separate ways,
Talking to Mike.
I know you progressively got closer. I mean, it started at the end.
when you break off and trying to heal on your own, that's not you're not helping anything because every time that situation comes, the only thing you're doing is running from it. So what I had to learn with my mental health is I had to tackle the situation. Like, for example, now every time when me and my boys get on the phone, I ask them, how your mental health? How you doing? You know what you do yesterday. When I talk to my dad, I ask them how they doing and all of that good stuff. So now what I do with me, I ask myself the same question each day. Each day I get in that truck, I ask myself the same question. Boom. I did boom, 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 boom that day. So it helps me control my anger. It helps me not even tap to that evil side.
Yeah.
Now I don't even cry no more because I learned how to control my mental health. Yeah. I learned how to not get mad, like you were saying, get mad. I learned not to get mad. I learned not to get angry. And then, but I tell my wife when we fight, I'm not fighting for no reason.
Yeah, I'm fighting for us.
Yeah. Like if we're gonna fight to get better. We're not about to fight to keep fighting.
Yeah.
I believe a lot of people fight to keep fighting, break up, divorce, or all of that. I don't believe in divorce or anything like that. So if I'm gonna fight, I'm gonna fight for a reason.
Yeah.
That's just me learning about my mental health.
Yeah, absolutely.
Understanding what I'm going through.
We're all in this for the first time. Yeah.
With someone that knows you better.
Yeah.
Like someone that like knows the worst parts of you too. So it is a fragile thing.
But to be honest, I think with me, people that's not my friends, like I can go to the grocery store and talk to people with no words because I learned about myself.
Yeah.
They helped me more than the people I love.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I had a
just because they not biased.
Right.
Yeah.
Build it how you want.
Yeah.
I
don't like biased people.
Yeah.
Because you can't help me.
Yeah. I agree. And I've been thankful, like I said, I know I explained the story, but like best friends, moms taking care of me. I've had it from 6th grade, man, I had 6th and 7th grade all Black women teachers. And I'm talking about the strongest Black women at Southwood. Shout out Miss Ezel, Miss Gilmore, like all these people that are still connected formulated her class. So I had their love. I had a best friend's mom to stay with. I have all these people stepped into these roles, and I realized those were my family. Like I've built from scratch people that I consider family. I know I can be as vulnerable and as loving. They only want better and stuff like that. And so no name or title means anything to me. I don't care from mother down to anybody. Like if it's not good for me or for my son, because my son, he's not going to have a chance at like peace. He's going to, his foundation is going to be peace and safety. His inner child and that confidence will never be stripped from him. And that's the purpose of life.
Yeah, you said something right there. I think that's why it's so hard to be emotional in a man. I say that because when you say you had all women looking after you, I feel like I got guy friends. Their main goal is you got to be tough.
Yeah, bro. I was opposite.
You got to get to the bag. You have to be the breadwinner of your house. It's like they telling you got to be at 100.
All the time.
All the time. Like
no time off.
No time off.
I grew up the women. I was more of a bitch than I was a man for a lot of my life. Not the sense of like fighting. I'm from the trenches too, but like as far as like I was more in tune with like just crying.
And, like, the nurturing side,
emotional side, and like they taught me that. And without the dad, without that lead figure, I figured this shit out. I brick by brick. And then when I had the son, man, when it flipped for the last 6 months, I've read him the 48 Laws of Power. Like that boy has been trained. He knows he can tell you what a narcissist, what a flying monkey, what gaslighting. There will not be a person in this lifetime that takes advantage of him because he's not emotionally ready or available. And only way to do that is if I learn. That's some deep water. And we ain't talking about tiptoeing the shallow. It's a cannonball. How much you suck and how much you got to really dial in. And that's what makes men cry. When you realize that that I think I'm the victim. It's like, man, we all do some shit. Let me solve it. But you get to that, you heal, you start crying, feel that, you will get to the freest flowing version of yourself that all you'll do is pour love into stuff that wants to grow now.
Yeah. I agree.
So growing up, how, and if you guys ever were you guys prone to bottling up your pain? And if so, why? Why do we do that as men?
Man, my mom used to beat my ass. I don't know about y'all, but if I told on her, man, she go, But so it was like, what am I gonna do? Tell DHS on my mom, get us stripped away, start a life. Like, no, just you taught to bottle up because, like I said, what else do you do? What do you do?
So at a young age, this is what you were just told to bottle up. Don't say anything to anybody.
Yeah, because you realize like their conversation, like people that aren't healed, a lot of times you're gonna tell them your problems. They're gonna make a phone call and tell this person. Everybody because when you're not focused on what's the solution or healing for this purpose, it's no different than watching the Kardashians, bro. It's their lifestyle.
Absolutely.
They like that shit. And so you realize you don't have the connections to who would you talk to about it?
Absolutely.
Who do you connect with other than friends who hopefully grow up one day and solve that trauma?
Yeah,
it's for me.
Repeat it one more time.
How and if you guys bottled up pain? I mean, I'm typically I know I do. For instance, I've never I hide behind a lot of pain. I keep a lot of as the man of the house, right? We've said before, I'm responsible for the bills. I'm responsible for this roof over our head. I'm responsible to make sure my kids are in extracurricular activities. I'm responsible to, because I care, I care about my family. I care. I have some of the problems I go through with as far as my mental health is am I doing the right things by my children? And
Yeah.
that bothers me so much, to
That's a
make
good
them
thing.
grow into, you know, functioning human beings, you know, because I have friends that, you know, are in prison for the rest of their lives, you know what I mean? I have, you know, just acting out. You know, I know people that just can't, you know, be a prosperous member of society. And I'm scared, like, what if I create the next Jeffrey Dahmer or something like that? Do you
I'll
understand?
definitely get on thinking this. Be like, I think we saw a sign.
He was a great
He must
kid.
have snapped. But imagine what's worse though, thinking that, or imagine if you never asked yourself that.
Oh yeah.
Imagine if
yeah.
you were never like, damn, I wonder if my kid's gonna be okay. Because there's a lot of people out there.
Mhm. Yeah,
If
yeah.
you're not healed, you're thinking about yourself.
Yeah,
kind of
absolutely.
thing. So the fact that you wonder that, you're doing good.
Yeah,
You're doing
yeah.
all right. So
It go ahead, Z.
I know I ball up my emotions and all that. I don't want to feel weak.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I believe women tend to talk to their friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now it's like, okay, if I open up and tell my wife,
Mhm.
what if she tell her, you know, friends?
Yeah.
What if her friends tell their husband?
Yeah.
Now when their husband get around me, you know, now I'm thinking, okay, what if they looking at me like I'm weak?
Yeah. Yeah.
what does that
yeah.
look like when you say looking weak? Like, what does that mean? Like they're gonna bring it up and talk to you about it, or like what is looking?
That's a
weak
great
about?
question.
I think looking weak is when you can't hold your own.
As a man.
As a man, I
Mhm.
think looking weak is when you can't open up. I think looking weak is when you can't hold yourself accountable. I think looking weak is when you think you always have to be the man. Because always having to be the man can get you killed or
Mhm.
locked up, in the sense of we always don't have to play the superhero.
Mhm.
We always don't have to break up a fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no,
We
they gonna no, especially if it's a relationship. Yeah, y'all got it.
No, in
You-
the
you know, we as men, we tend to do this on a regular, you know, bottle
Mhm.
up pain. One of the, you know, big things, and I've never said this to anybody ever. This has never even
Breaking
came out of my
news, hold on,
mouth.
live.
Yeah. But it's not that I've ever contemplated suicide. It's not ran through my mind, right? Not, you know, doing something to harm myself, but it's the thought of, damn, this fucking work sucks today. Like, what if I wasn't here? You know what I mean? What if what's better? I fucking had a terrible fucking day at work.
I remember. I've been there.
And you know, never the intentions of, you know, I'm about to go get this gun. No, it's just like, what does life look like? And I think that's where it starts. Like, that's where the suicidal thoughts start for anyone. You know, at what point it's like okay, what if, you know, what's on the other side? You know, what if I wasn't here? What will my kids do? And then it moves on to something, it progresses to something worse.
Yeah. I think suicide starts with too much pressure
Yeah.
and not being accepted.
Mhm. Always, as a man, always, you know, always having to be on your A game, you know, always being the one to take control. Like, I can tell you how many times, you know, my wife has done something to where she's panicked and she's like so overly emotional to where she can't function. And then I have to like bring her back down to earth. Like, I have to be the one with the, okay, I have to have the rational thoughts of to work this through.
Yeah.
And maybe that's a part of being a man. Maybe that's
It is.
bred in us, you know. But that also carries a burden, you know.
It does. It's like, but that's the cross that we,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what we chose that burden.
Yeah, yeah.
And it comes with it, and that's I think the weight we put on ourselves is knowing that there's a better version of us,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and learning to like be okay, like if you mess up, and know that they are okay if you mess up. It's like you just gotta get 1% better. Like it's compound. Like 1% every day, you can do it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We've talked about, bottling up our pain and not having people to talk to and even being judged by others. Do you feel like you have friends that you can actually reach out to and communicate your state of mental health
I got
at 100% truthful level? Like, me coming as a man coming to someone else and saying, "Hey, I've never thought about, the act of taking my life,
Yeah.
but I've thought about, maybe it's much easier if I wasn't here. Maybe it's easier, maybe death is easier because life is hard,
That's all I have.
Yeah.
All I have is like I had a head start from like I said, like morning living family members
Mhm.
that the only people that are around me is 100% vulnerability. Like that sense of like I don't have to bottle up emotion that I exist in it. I exist in the moment of like feeling like uh if you hurt me or anything like that, that it's just a conversation of who you put around.
Yeah.
Now. Like if you can master being vulnerable, like off the get go, it's a superpower. But sales taught me that. It's
Yeah.
not anything I learned. It's just sales and the emotion of customer service. I just learned like calmness solves a lot.
Mhm.
And if it brings their inner demons out, so be it. But you master that, it clears a lot of that bottling, and it gives you people who can understand that. Those are the people.
Yeah.
If they can talk to you, conversate. Those are the people.
I got yeah, all my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can look talk to all my friends.
Have you guys ever had, as men, we joke with each other, we pick, we poke those open wounds. Have you ever had men and your good friends in your life that actually made things worse, made your mental health worse?
Yes. Yes.
Where there was a joke like, it's some bad taste, our
I got in an argument with my brother, my adopted brother, and I remember from early, like 18, he looked at me and said, "You're only funny when you're joking on people." And that stuck with me for a decade because at the school I grew up at the lunch table.
Oh yeah.
I was the Eminem 8 Mile
Mhm.
joke. Like,
Oh yeah.
they remember
That was
jokes.
the
And, like,
I've heard that a million times.
yeah,
Joke.
like, I kill 'em, but that's what my humor turned into. And I was like,
Mhm.
oh, that stuck with me for 10 years before I changed it. I was like, maybe I need to use that mouthpiece for like speaking good into stuff. So
Mhm.
whether he meant to or not, like, yeah, he
Yeah.
definitely hit me with something that changed. I ain't never even told him that.
Wow.
That hit me from 12 years.
It's crazy how certain things, we attach to, just that statement for him to say that. And it's attached to you. It's kind of built your character
He was right.
to
He was
where
right. But I had to forgive myself for that because was
Uh,
it true? Was it true about that? Yeah, bro. I hurt some people, stung them deep.
yeah, yeah.
But at the same time, it's like that was my survival skill for my
Yeah.
environment. That
Mhm.
mouthpiece is paid off in sales and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. It's turned in like, all right, it may have stung, but how can I turn that into something better?
Yeah.
How can I use that skill?
Mhm.
So shout out to telling me I was a douchebag.
Yeah, kids, we can be assholes as kids.
Yes.
But we talk about anything, talk about anybody,
Love 'em,
mama
man.
jokes.
They live in truth. They
Yeah.
don't care to tell you fat. That
Absolutely.
outfit stripped out. Yeah, they're talking like it is. That's why I love like I got a couple people with autism in my family. Hey, bro, they gonna tell you if you stink. I don't desire speaking with you right now. I'm like, hey,
That's
shut
great.
up, dog. Shut up. That's how people wish they could talk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a superpower in
That's
itself.
superpower, 'cause they got that natural. I don't
give a
care.
fuck.
I don't even
Yeah.
want to be around you, dog. You think I'm gonna care? Shout out to them.
That's crazy. So speaking about men, what's you guys take on men who say I don't need therapy or real men don't cry? How do you respond to something of that mentality?
Therapy.
because I need, I don't actively go to a therapist per se, but I think we all have our vices in therapy sessions that we've discussed
Yeah.
already.
Yeah, I think everybody.
At some, you need to try to organize your thoughts.
I couldn't do it.
Actually speaking to someone.
Nah, man. I had to understand. I had that. I really don't believe anybody could understand where I come from. And then I, I'm
You could be
paying
stuck
somebody
in that.
too.
Yeah,
Like, what they
exactly.
gonna- listen, it's like, what if they fix my problems?
No.
Then they ain't got no more problems. They just keep me down.
I don't.
They just keep me down. No, but I knew I couldn't do that, and I decided at 30, I woke up on my birthday, told her, I said, I'm gonna be the best version of myself, and I got on Instagram and liked as many mental health things as I could, changed my whole algorithm. I made, if I was gonna be on my phone and like see stuff, it was gonna be tough stuff to see because you realize it's you. But yeah, I just did it like that over a while, just dedicated time to that and not pay nobody.
Yeah, but see, there could be, until you experience that, right? You can't say that. Nah, I ain't doing that. It ain't what I mean.
For me, I believe people change for two reasons.
Yeah,
I believe you either hit rock bottom, or you learn enough that you want to. And I know how my brain works. If I learn enough, I could fully understand the psychological like attachments and behavior patterns of PTSD and complex trauma, and I could heal all that. And that's when I understood it. I realized what I was in, and I knew to understand all of that. It's how I prevent my son from ever dealing with it. So
okay.
I just dialed into trying to become a psychologist, pretty much. I like that.
How are you spoke of your son, so how are you instilling or breaking that generational curse?
Me, it started first with connections to family. I had to understand that I had to protect him from temporary people and a long sustained life for him.
Yeah.
And then also, like, I built vulnerability in a place where I very candidly spoke to him. I've never spoke to him like a baby. I've spoken to him out of love and man, explained why behind everything. So if he, like, for instance, he told me a kid was picking on me. I said, "What did his shoes look like?" He said they're dirty, like old Walmart ones. I said, "Hey, bro, maybe try being nice to him." Like, why?
I see what you did there.
And stuff like that. So I don't have a problem. I think kids are more capable of understanding. We're the ones scared that we might fit into their understanding of who we're trying to explain them. And he knows my whole life, and he knows he carries my last name and the purpose of like carrying a legacy. Like, my life is a sacrifice to not protect him from the world, but prepare him. He will be the most prepared kid that you have ever seen at 18 years old. I swear on if you want to learn about stocks to, like I said, emotional stuff like that heals. If you direct that purpose of like worrying about yourself and like bottling it up, man, pour that shit out, fill it up with some new shit, new purpose. And then like shake it up. Let's go. And that's what I did for him. So I had to learn it. I watch YouTube videos. So his pattern now, he's gonna know what it's gonna feel like to hang out with your dad in the room and not mourn, not having that relationship. And know what it's like to live in peace. So you'll get me fired up.
It always we've talked about our kids. I said that am I doing all the right things to make them, functioning humans? Do you feel like you can overdo it? That even scares me. That even scares me.
Love's not the basis.
I
read a book. It's Tiger Woods' dad wrote it. It's called Raising a Tiger, because I decided to start golf, so I knew me and my kid could do that forever.
Yeah,
like body wise. And he said, main thing, as long as your son sees you happy and enjoying it, he'll attach himself to whatever. So I've made sure he's seen me in an environment that's safe, happy. I turned my upstairs into a PS5 room because I ain't paid the PS5 in years because like I had to be hustling and like that was no rest. So
no downtime.
And he looked at me and was like, "Dad, I'm glad you're playing games again. I know you're safe." I was like, "Hey, buddy." So you can't overdo it, but as long as he knows it's for moments of like, I want you to understand that this is what normal looks like. Like,
and I guess what I'm saying is teach them both ways. I don't want to, I don't want to under care for my children, and I don't want to over care for my children. I want to be a happy medium because I don't want people taking advantage
oh, for sure.
of that. That could be a weakness. Being too loving. I'm a loving friend. Like I'll do anything for everybody. You call me at 3 a.m. What do you need? I'm on my way. You need me to help you tow your truck out the ditch or something? I'm on my way. You need a ride somewhere? I'm on my way.
Save your number.
I'm absolutely.
So told me that.
I feel, I missed I was telling you guys about the show today, the rock show today. So this morning, last week, let me backtrack even further. It's gonna be a short story. Like a month ago, right? I made a post on Facebook. I do a bunch of kayak fishing, and I made a post on a couple of different kayak fishermen's pages for Tennessee, and I was like, "Hey, I had 2 kayaks. If anybody is, scared to pull a trigger, this shit's expensive. I mean, I got a $5,000 kayak and $1,000 kayak." Yeah, yes, absolutely.
I have a $5,000 car.
so and I bought this. I bought my kayak to fish out of. But man, I was like, man, sometimes I want to bring people out with me. People. I like to give back. Like I wanted it to at some point have kids that's never been fishing. Come out with me. I mean, we may not catch any fish, but we out fishing. This is what it's about. You know what I mean? So I have 2 kayaks for the family to get on, for other people. I was like, you know what? I should post it on this page and welcome anyone who's wanting to test drive if they're scared to pull the trigger on a $5,000 kayak. Because I've done it with no experience, just looking at YouTube reviews, and I was like, okay, that's the one for me. Never utilized a pedal drive kayak, but I love this thing with everything in me. But I wanted to spread that, right? So I was like, hey, if anyone's wanting to go out fishing with me, if you can't afford a kayak, if you just want to go fishing, you're not in the market, but you just want to go fishing with somebody, this is my setup. I got one. You can try them both, flip flop.
You got a good heart.
And I went out with 4 different people. This is my 4th one this morning. And so I met them for the first time. They're usually all older gentlemen. And so I already made prior promises to go to my buddy's show, his rock show today from 5 to 6, and I missed it. And I feel guilty as hell, but I had this podcast. I had a promise fishing with the guy, the new guy, and I was like, man, I can't stand him up. But I tried everything in me to make this show, and I feel guilty, that I couldn't be there for them. And we're not even that close of friends. Yeah. We work together and we say, hey, what's up? But I wanted to fully be there to support. And I feel guilty as hell because I'm not there. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, but that's the kind of friend. I don't know why this story came about, but that's the kind of friend I want around me, and I want to be, because I know the feeling when I had nothing, when I had nobody, and that was a dark place for me. That was a very dark place when, I'm sleeping, when, me and my ex, my daughter's mom, split up, slept in my car for, a week straight. And then daughter was born. I'm sleeping on my dad's couch with a newborn baby, balancing on his damn couch. And, other than my dad, but my dad's never been that kind of emotional figure to where we could share emotionally. He's been a workaholic all his life, and that's all he knew. He didn't know anything else. He just knew work and pay the bills, right? And so when I seen that, and I seen how his body is doing him now, he's got diabetes, and he does dialysis now 3 times a week, so he can't work. Seeing him all his life just work, and now he's in this situation, it hurts. And, I keep that bottled up, and it's hard to share because he is such a strong, man that would do anything for anybody. but I've seen times to where he would do this and then the feelings weren't mutual, that he's by himself right now in front of his TV, just scrolling, just watching shows all his life now.
My grandpa was like that. Where,
Mhm.
I mean, I stayed the night with him. Wake up at 4 a.m. He dropped me off back at home, go to work, and it's something about watching that deterioration and
Yeah,
learning the fragility
of life.
of life,
Mhm.
and it changed me. Like
Yeah.
mentally, talking about healing, like mentally healing, and then like physically, like something about like seeing death and stuff, like it changes you. Like it changed me to like take care, like, show my, as long as I can be around for my kid, I guess. But it's tough, man.
Yeah.
Like when do you think about that? How often?
All the time, at work, fishing,
You talk to him about it?
No, actually I've never talked to him about it. Yeah,
Why?
I've never. It's just something, it's just something that he wasn't. I've never heard him speak about his emotions. Not once ever. I've never heard him say I'm too tired. Even something as simple as that, And so it was just never brought up. So
Was he like working all the time because he was just like a badass like worker, or was it like over busy type thing as well? Or, like,
both. I mean,
stayed
he
into
I ain't gonna lie, my dad liked the whores, and
because I always love it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I want to say quite a bit of his small fortune and him being working, trying to sustain that life of being around that. But yeah,
you
it's
got it.
just that, seeing how fragile life is, like you said, it's.
How does that make you feel, like knowing you have a son and like daughter, like
I try,
as they get older?
man. It's watching them grow. It's just time is so fast. Time goes by so fast. It it's amazing from the day they were born to the point they are now, and then someday they're gonna be in my position, making decisions.
Thanks.
And dude, that fucking worries the shit.
There's they say you're only a main character in your child's life until about 13, and then you're a role player. So that's the time allotment that you have for that. If you're part of that foundational pieces, that's it. After that, that's scary.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
terrifying.
You
But
get
what did you learn from your dad as far as like not that emotional connection to like, was there like obviously I'm gonna do something different from
exactly. So
I could say that with some power to that.
Exactly, him not teaching me taught me that, right? So him not showing those emotions and seeing him work so hard, and then the state he is in now, where did that get him? So now I'm reflecting back on my life, like, okay, I need to take care of my body. I need to take better care of my mental health. I need to be more involved. Not to say my dad wasn't involved in my life, but I want to be there every step of the way for every achievement they have in life.
I like that.
It's hard. My dad, like I said, he left at like 5, but been in and out of my life and a long time. Like I never hated my dad. I understood even at a young age, like a single mom with 3. My mom was crazy. I was like, I wasn't mad that he left her. I was mad like, dog, what made you like what made you thought like, yeah, I need to like have kids with this lady. She came on the house, Mills 20 minutes ago. But like I maybe had some like, man, I wish I had a dad, but when I got like started thinking differently, I was like, one thing I learned from him was I talk like this. How I'm talking and cussing on here is the freest version of myself that I had to kill stuff off. And I joke, he never made me feel wild or why did you say that in any place? Exactly who I was the funniest and best person to him. So even I learned that part of healing is you can take lessons even from situations like that,
Yeah.
I apply that to my son, that he's not gonna get that stripped away, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, can I turn that shit into power?
Yeah.
Can I turn that trauma into fuel?
Oh yeah.
Or is that just what I want to bask in? Like, do you want to live in that?
It amazes me how some, you know, you're on the same mental capacity I'm on as far as using that. But how do we, you know, overcome trauma to where others can't?
I think it go back to what he said, the understanding.
Mm.
You gotta understand what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta understand why it's happening so you can deal with it. Because if you don't know why it's happening, you will never deal with it.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be stuck in the same place.
It's like, can you? That's a question you have to ask yourself. Before you even start healing and understand the trauma, it's who caused it.
Mm-hmm.
I was a kid. Who caused it? Can I have a conversation with them? If you can't, boom, you already know. Hey, step one's done.
Yeah.
If you can't have that conversation, that relationship don't exist. And then after that, it's like, okay, can I have a conversation? Can I freely express myself? Do they get defensive? Do they say no, I don't? Or do they gaslight me? Boom, they gaslight me. You just weed them out. The only way your grass gets greener is killing them weeds.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Kill those
it's a
weeds.
process of that over time. So I think that's how you do it.
Yeah.
That's how I've done it.
Yeah. Absolutely. When referring to our friends, you know, sometimes it's tough to talk about. Have you guys ever seen any toxic? What's the most toxic thing you've seen a friend do to themselves? To avoid, basically, you know, talking about their feelings.
Attention. So whether it be social media, body,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
personally, like
That makes sense.
I needed love,
Mhm.
attention. I sacrificed everything I said, wanted to show up as to get that attention. And until you heal that inner kid, that parent wasn't there, it's searching for that in bad ways. So it's, how do you stop doing that? I've seen it.
Yeah. Say that one more time.
How do you how much and what's the most toxic thing you've seen men do to themselves or others to avoid facing their mental health?
I think,
You know, I think a lot of it's, you know, I've seen abusive relationships. You know, I've seen, you know, men take that next step to where I'm gonna beat the shit out of my girlfriend now because, you know, going back to what you said about sitting in front of your sister's door. I remember as a small kid, I used to hang out with my aunt and go to her apartment like pretty much every weekend growing up, from the age of like 8 to I don't know, 18, because we had free will to do whatever the hell we wanted to do over there, basically. So, yeah. So we would go over there, and there'd be numerous times where, you know, her boyfriend at the time was just beating her ass, you know. But at some point, something clicked to where I need to. My little. I'm maybe. I remember the first instance. I punched the shit out of a wall. Like I screamed, and then I punched the shit out of a wall. I mean, I was so small.
Did you go through the drywall?
No, exactly. That's how I was small, huh?
Did you get a stud?
Maybe, but I was real little, so I don't know if my hand could.
It's probably good. Could you imagine the first punch you go through drywall? You're like, I'm punching everything.
And that was what was instilled in me and programmed in me to. That's what I needed to do at that time. Yeah. And to me, you know, just in his place, you know, in his position, what was going through his mind that drove him to that point? You know, what weight bared on him that
it's how they problem solve.
Yeah.
I think it's like, I see it with customers a lot, like anger, intimidation. That's
Mhm.
what they were shown as a
Yeah.
parent to get you to do the task. And now I see that as a form of getting the solution. I pass that into every aspect of relationships. It's just how they solve problems. It's what they learned.
Yeah.
That anger, intimidation. It hasn't been flipped yet. That it can be solved differently. Like, because you got to be vulnerable to solve that stuff.
Yeah, some people just they disguise it by want to have fun.
Drinking,
Still going
party,
downtown, bro. Still going to Broadway. Dog.
every
You
weekend.
like,
Every weekend.
You pay for parking? You know the bartenders after 35.
There's something wrong.
Yeah, I gotta hang it up. Throw them over the telephone pole. No, I'm just kidding. Y'all go out and splash. But yeah, they run, bro.
Yeah, they don't
Yeah,
want to talk,
yeah.
but you see it coming out in their actions, how they carry themselves throughout their day to day.
Do you have like see like triggers you're like tell you like you might not be like healed to the level, like is it conversationally or you can just tell like mannerisms kind of thing?
Mannerisms. You can tell.
I don't think we are ever healed.
No,
I think I don't think we're imperfect people, so we're gonna make mistakes, and we just have to correct those. We have to understand those mistakes and correct those mistakes. Yeah, absolutely.
It's on me.
Accountability. Yeah,
That's what it is.
I took a joke. I was watching golf YouTube. It's Bob Does Sports, and they have this joke. It's like hand up. It's like just a quirky thing of like taking accountability.
Yeah.
So like that's how I trained. I took it. Told my son like, hey, there ain't no shame in the accountability game.
Yeah.
If you can quickly admit fault, you've taken away every opportunity for maybe somebody to project stuff on you. Hand up, my bad. That's on me. That's on me.
Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah.
Unless you want to fight. That's the only way you connect.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Accountability, is huge. For people who that is the antagonist in the situation, when going back to the conversations you have with your wife, I don't feel that she's wrong, right? And I don't feel that you're wrong, but I feel like there's one right that can be corrected, if that makes sense. Because do you get stubborn sometimes? Do we as men get stubborn sometimes when we're in that time frame?
Like I said, it's how much truth can you accept about yourself?
Yeah.
It's like
That's a good question. I think we do. I think we do when it comes to when we are sharing our feelings. Because at that time, it should be all about us at that time. So
I've been watching you on the feed, and you're just getting further and further from the mic every time. You're not even in the picture anymore.
And then he was like, this man's in the kitchen. I don't know.
No, I was looking. I was like, I can barely hear him in the headset, and I'm looking. At least you're taking accountability that you're not in the mic properly.
Hand up.
No, I think we can. Yeah.
Yeah, there's always things that we can improve on in ourselves, in that time, in that space. I may think I'm right about every situation, but that's just my opinion. What's her opinion of my opinion? You know what I mean? She may think I'm a selfish asshole, and she may be entirely right. That's her opinion, and I can't fault her on that. And I think
I'll be selfish.
Own our shit. Yeah. We are. I think it's
in that moment. Like I think once you don't have to define your characteristics every time you hear it. Like you can be a selfish asshole without being a selfish asshole. We all suck in moments. If you live in the existence of like, I don't suck, but I'm gonna call out everybody else, that's not healing.
No.
Like you just learn to be around people that suck worse than you. Kind of thing. So
more so
as long as you don't identify with that, it's not who you are. Like if you live by the cheers, you die by the booze kind of mentality. Like if you're only like accepting the good stuff they hear and you're having fun, but soon as it's like, hey, you acting like this right now. No, I'm not. All right, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
Not a hand up, bro.
You know, it's funny. So this entire time, like I said, this is our first time I'm meeting Chris ever. For some reason, I never pictured you sounding like this.
Dude,
I don't know why.
I get two things told. I'm from the hood and I'm country. It's a wild thing. It's real. And also, like, I ain't gonna say that. But yeah, it's a weird like hood country mumble mix.
It's different. You know, from I put never met you, never heard your voice in before. And I'm just, I scroll and I see your picture, I see your feed.
Like, this guy's a Jelly Roll fan. Definitely don't have custody.
It just catches me off guard because I'm looking at you and I don't know, maybe it's just a weird Facebook thing.
Eyes closed. What are we looking? Describe me eyes closed. What are we talking about?
Man, I'm not gonna lie. You have
I got that started.
You have the the clean cut to the side, right?
Okay, I had that.
I know, and then that's the picture I'm looking of you, but you don't fit
based off the voice. So where am I working?
Your voice,
voice,
or what I perceived you as,
vocabulary, all of it. Not seeing, because I didn't sound. What did I sound like?
You work in a warehouse. It sounds like you work. You drive forklifts.
A country bar.
Yeah,
but that's the thing. So as the perception that I had of you, right? Yeah. I knew you sold at one point cars, furniture, and then you had the nice clean cut, the comb over. So I pictured, as a not that you're a respectable person, but
baby. I'm from my high school had 56 different nationalities. I've been around more types of black people than people in Ohio have ever met a black person, kind of thing. So but the cool thing about me is though, I can talk like this. Anybody that you have ever met me, they will never say I'm not this version. I have talked like this forever. And sometimes I've gotten insults like, "Oh, you talk black." Like it's not. I don't say this insult. I say people have said that as an insult to me. Which is a crazy mixture with the country thrown in there. It's like if I could sing, maybe I have some. That's funny. That's crazy. He said warehouse. I'm thinking New York. I'm thinking Stockton. With the helmet on.
Yeah, forklift driver.
Thanks, bro.
So anything you guys want to add, put on? We've been doing it. We've been on air for about an hour and a half. You feel like we missed anything that should be discussed?
No, I think we hit everything.
Yeah.
It's been, it's been a pleasure. You guys were really fun to talk to. You guys took your Saturday night. Y'all could be out, doing anything, whatever y'all wanted right now.
How old are you?
35.
It's your last year for Broadway.
There's an age limit for Broadway?
No, just in my mind.
Oh, just in your mind.
As far as
I think.
Well, you can go on past 35, you can go on Broadway before 6 p.m.
Yes.
Or like you walk at noon,
I think maybe 3 times a year. And one has to include a concert. It's like you're going to Tootsie's.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you guys for coming out, supporting the show.
Well, you for having it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's more of you having a platform and taking that. You going from like your experience with your dad, and as far as like not talking to literally having a space
to talk.
Push that out. And there's a lot of fear as far as like, telling you like sound like a forklift driver, or like really just the weight of doing this and putting yourself out there.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm vulnerable right now. You know what I mean? I've had previous shows where I spoke about trauma from family, and it did not go over well.
Yeah, but
and it still kind of affects us to this day. A very prominent member of my family.
Yeah, but you know what? Is it true?
Yes, absolutely. I wouldn't tell a lie.
Yeah.
But also it's my truth, right?
You're gonna have to hurt some people.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have
And that's, I want to create a safe space for people to open up and share their opinion. I don't know all the truths to life. I just know I have my opinion, and I want to learn yours. I don't know why. I want to know why you think this way.
Yeah, that's how you help people heal.
Yeah.
You don't meet them and tell them. You build a relationship.
Yeah, absolutely. There's so much that we can learn from one another.
When's your wife going? When does this come out?
Sunday.
We don't even follow.
You got about 8
Well,
more hours, dog.
if you repost it, then
I'm gonna send it to her.
it was. But
I
honestly,
He's great insight.
I would hope that okay, if he's vulnerable enough to say this, to express this about me, maybe she reflects and say, okay, what can I do better as a wife, and maybe help you become a better husband at that.
I think that's just a woman thing.
Yeah. Fuck all women, huh, AZ?
No,
He didn't say
Woman Haters Club.
Yeah.
This ain't the fucking Woman Haters
No,
Club,
no,
AZ.
Which one?
I just think we.
You scare me. The hum scare me.
Yeah, that's let me
I'm trying
so-
to say it the right way.
Yeah, they should maybe.
I think
we have, I have future shows on. I do. I get women on, I get men on, I get, I want different perspectives from every situation. So maybe at some point we could have like an open conversation. Maybe I have my wife on, you have your wife on, and just have a
fight.
Yeah, tag team match. Nah. But no, it's maybe it's something beautiful that could happen to this. Hopefully my wife takes something from me. Opening out. Hopefully, maybe she probably don't even watch this stuff.
No,
She doesn't watch it at all. It's not a chance.
She gives it a heart emoji to make you feel like, oh, I watched it. Just the effort to slide over that.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah, absolutely. She's a sweetheart. I love her to death. But yeah, I just want to thank you guys again. And it's been a pleasure. I am very appreciative of you guys doing this. We're MEXed Feelings is broke right now, so we ain't making no money. So we trying to make money. That's why you need to go subscribe, like on YouTube. At MEXed Feelings, please, and thank you on YouTube. Just share, like it, share, comment, just comment. I hate this. It works. It helps.
It's the easiest thing you could do. To
Absolutely,
for sure.
And I have friends that still, and I've been in people's weddings. I've been get the invites to.
I message them. Hey man, why didn't you share this?
I've told people, I was like, hey, you didn't like this, and you just at some point I've done. I don't know. Maybe this is my 10th episode. I don't know, anniversary or whatever. But at some point, you just know. You know what? If this ever takes off,
when it comes out, I'm gonna reshare it, and I will say, please like this because no one ever seems to like stuff when it's like this.
Yeah, absolutely.
None of my friends do. I'm gonna get 23 of the strongest friends I know.
Yeah. And I hope you men out there watching can take something of this, because it's okay. Men are vulnerable. Men can be weak. Men cry too. I want to thank Chris and AZ again. I think actually all the Broadway talk. I think me and AZ was talking about going to Broadway right after.
He's gonna put up the Uber.
An Uber.
He got money.
That's crazy. Again, subscribe, like to YouTube, please. If you're watching on Facebook, please YouTube. That's where it's at. Facebook doesn't like me. No. Facebook doesn't do the trick.
That's where we want to
go. Yeah, right. YouTube. Yeah, YouTube. Simply because Facebook doesn't keep my videos up. They after like 30 days they take them down. So all my content is, and all my previous videos go from relationships to Men Cry 2 to gang life. I'm a former gang member. You can learn a little something about me in prior episodes. So again, thank you to Chris. Thank you to AZ for coming on the show and supporting. Follow us, subscribe, like on YouTube.